Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. I wanted to use another one of my Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to use Vega today, and I'm going to do my eyes before I get everything else done. I'll link all the rest of the videos that include Lisa Eldridge eyeshadows in the description box below, but last time I used one of these, I put down an eyeshadow primer. This time I'm going to use one of the Velvet Mattes as kind of like a base. The other change I'm making is I'm using synthetic brushes. I really haven't been having problems with these eyeshadows, but I'm trying to find kind of like how best to apply and how best do they stay. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. I'm going to use that over most of the mobile lid. I'm headed to work this morning, so I don't want to get too intense with this eye look. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this dark matte color here. It's kind of like a slate blue-gray shade. I'm going to build this up just a little bit in the outer. I'm also going to add a little bit of this cool brown to the crease. I'm going to pick up this metallic in Moon Swirled. This is going over most of my eyelid. I'm going to bounce between this kind of deeper slate gray shade and the brown because I feel like I'm losing just a little bit of depth in the outer corner when I'm laying this metallic over it. And I don't want it to be really dark, just a little bit more than it is. And then I am just going to take a mostly clean brush and just blend. I'm going to use this Luminous Duochrome shade in Supernova in the inner corner. Oh wow, look at that. So yesterday I was getting ready and my daughter walked in and she's like, "Mom, help me with my eyeshadow." And she was working on a smoky look and she wasn't quite where she wanted to be. And so I pulled this out and I started like a little of this, a little of the other. And she was like, "Oh my goodness." And she's like, "I want that." And I was like, "I'm sorry, sweetheart. This is brand new and part of my collection." So there are two of us in this house who love Vega. This is the first time I'm wearing it though. I've only swatched it up to this point. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face and I will probably use the mattes along the lower lash line with a little bit of the same sparkle that I have here, that metallic. I will probably use a little bit of that on the lower lash line and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look. It's pretty simple. I ended up taking a mixture of these two matte shades along the lower lash line and just a little bit of this. I also used this shade in Lamp Black here as liner today, and then I just finished it off with mascara. The shade that I started out with right here is French Gray. This is a velvet matte. The other three seamless mattes in here are this one here in Turbulence, Smoke and Mirrors, and Lamp Black. This is the only metallic in the shade. This is Moon Swirl, and Supernova is the Luminous Duochrome. This is the one that I have in the inner corner of the eye. This one here is a really pretty shade, and you can see it best right here where it looks a little bit cooler because it is similar to my skin tone. It is just a little bit cooler and a hair darker. But it's a great all over lid shade, and that's what I'm using today as my base. I'm hoping that the rest of these adhere to my eyelid really well. I had really good success using an eyeshadow primer. I felt like they faded just a little bit on the day that I didn't do anything and I just used colors wherever I wanted. They lasted for about 7 hours and then I started to get a little bit of fading, but the eyeshadow primer helped them power through for a 12-hour day yesterday. We'll see what these are like. I will leave you notes in the description box as to how this wore. Thank you so much for watching today. It was really fun to dig into Vega, but I think this would be a really interesting eyeshadow to use when I'm using the black shade on the lid and some more metallics over it, but I needed something light for work today, and it's nice to be able to see how versatile and pretty this eyeshadow palette can be. I'm going to continue doing these videos where I go through and use each one of these eyeshadow palettes individually, and I will make sure to put them all in my Lisa Eldridge playlist, which I will also link for you here. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.